will you please make sure you have something to write with and take notes with? I'm going to leave you with a lot of nuggets that you're going to want to remember. And it's really hard to remember everything that you learn when you go through something that has so much information. If you've been following me for any amount of time, meaning that you were with me at the beginning of last year, or maybe the year before that, you know that I'm a huge goal setter and I'm a planner. I like to map my success. And I learned this years ago. That's how I got to be to where I am in life. Everything that I've done, and anytime I get knocked down and beat up and dragged through the mud and my world falls out from underneath me, I climb back out of it every single time with a plan. I map it out, I strategize for it, and I break it down and I attack it and I go after it. When I did my calendar mapping for 2019, if you were following me at all, you know that I focused on the F's. If this is your first time that you're watching calendar mapping with me, or maybe you watched it last year and you didn't do it, and this year you're going to get serious about it because this year is your year, please write this down and take on these F's. Repeat what I did last year. It's a beautiful plan to focus on through a whole year. What it will do is open up so many doors, okay? So write this down. Focus, okay? The key word is focus. The main word is to focus. And I have notes over here on good old-fashioned paper because I'm good old-fashioned girl. Well, actually, I'm not a good old-fashioned girl, but when it comes to technology, I'm a paper girl. Like a paper calendar girl instead of a digital calendar girl. Okay, focus. What does that mean? It means whatever it is that I'm doing, focus on it. Be present in the moment. Be a great listener. Be aware of what's happening in that moment. Like, for example, when the Facebook shut me down today, I could have got all upset and freaked out over Facebook shutting me down. It was on a day that I was going to do this live. Oh my gosh, what if I didn't get reopened? I didn't get upset. I didn't get freaked out. I took on the no big deal type of attitude and said, well, this is happening for a reason. I'm going to be present in the moment and I'm going to learn something from this. I tell my daughter all the time, it's not a failure if you took a lesson away from it. It was a great opportunity for you to have a lesson that you learned from. If you had something happen, find something that you can take away from it that you can apply to the future when this episode comes up again. Because in life, you guys, it takes an episode or an incident for us to change. An episode or an incident. Usually those episodes and incidences are divorce, a DUI, a death, cancer, termination, the lottery, marriage, love, affair. Those are episodes and incidences. The crash, an accident, a fire, a flood. Those are episodes and incidences. If you think back on life and you think back to a tragedy that you had, wow, that tragedy was a blessing. I tell my story all the time that the crash of '08 was the worst time of my life, but was the best blessing that could have ever happened to me because it set me free. It allowed me to be able to open up my mindset to the possibilities of doing something different that changed my life, which just so happened to be network marketing, retiring me from the salon industry. It's been 10 years. I look back over life of 10 years and I think, wow, if I didn't get out of that salon industry, all that world travel, all that 1-year vacation and all the countries and the lessons for my daughter and the life lessons and the experience and all the people and the culture and the diversity and all those things wouldn't have happened in my life. I'd still be in the same town that I was born in, where my plot, my burial is at, to be buried when I die, because I was sold on that concept that I was going to live there the rest of my life and die there. Anyway, focus, okay? Episodes and incidences. If you're taking notes, I'll tell you, write this down, nugget. So focus, write that really big on the top of your paper. And then write down, it takes an episode or an incident to change our life. I learned that 10 years ago and created my own. You either are going to wait for life to deal you an episode or an incident, or you can create your own. I've gotten really good at creating my own episodes and incidences in my life so that I can make changes with mental clarity instead of under stress and pressure and anxiety and loss and defeat and stress and all that sort of stuff. And I'll share that with you, and I'll share one of those with you in just a minute. Okay, focus. Fitness. Fitness means you're going to move your body every day. You're going to work on getting fit. You're going to be better today than you were yesterday. It means you're going to do something for fitness of your body because you need balance, you guys. I'm going to teach you how balance last year brought me to where I am today, this year. The next one is food. What it means is that you get really present with your food and you start being one with it to understand what is it doing to my body? What is it? Where does it come from? How does it affect me? What choice can I make with this meal right now that I'm doing that can make it one step better? What can I eliminate today? What can I add? It doesn't mean you're going to be perfect. It means where you're at today, be better than you were yesterday or the day before. It means with each day, make one small decision. You're going to fall off and have bad days. However, if you're focused and you're aware that this is on your task list, you're going to be committed to it. And over time, finances. What is it that you can do to increase your finances? Learning that you cannot save money to get ahead makes you aware that you must make money to get ahead. Okay? I got a 16-year-old daughter, and this is a hot topic that I've been waiting years to finally be in this space. I truly am living in my most just amazing moments and days every day because of this space that she's in. She messaged us from class a couple weeks ago. I made a Facebook post on this. She's like, Mom, I'm in economics or whatever one of those classes are. I don't know. And we're filling out this budget form on what our cost of living is going to be. How can anybody afford to live on the price of a job? What am I going to do? I'm like, honey, don't worry. You're going to be an entrepreneur. Put down entrepreneur. And she's like, okay, well, it's asking how much money you're going to make. I said, put down 2,500 to 4,000 because that's how much mommy's going to teach you how to make easily. Because she's aware that it's about learning how to make money. Anyway, that's a whole side topic right there. And I told her, just so you know, for all of you, I said, honey, if you want to go to college for the experience, go to college. I just want you to know you don't have to go to college for the income to make a living. If you have a passion or a purpose, I want you to go to college if it requires a degree for you to be able to fulfill the licensing and the education that is needed for you to fulfill that career path of whatever it is. If you don't have a career path and you don't know what you want to be yet, don't go to college just because you're told that that's the right thing to do. If you want to, great, but your mommy is not going to be one to tell you that you need to go to college. I'm not going to be that person. I don't want you to go to college to learn how to make a living. I want you to go to college to learn how to fulfill a dream or a passion. Mommy will teach you how to make money that will fund your dream and your living. There's a big difference there, guys. Okay, finances, forgiveness. This is another F. Focus, fitness, food, finances, forgiveness. Be present every day in forgiveness. Learning how to let go and release things that people have done to you or to something that happened to you in the past, or maybe something that you did or whatever that is keeping an emotional tether to your life, because that's what it is. A tether is a string that keeps you from moving on. It's like a weight or an anchor. And until you release these things, they own you. And learning how to forgive people that have, and a lot of times when you forgive, it's a perception in your mind of what really happened, not reality. It's a perception, a false perception in your mind, not reality. That's a whole other story. Okay, faith. This is, the definition of faith means a lot of things for different people. However, in this situation, it's faith in the process. Faith in believing that the path and the course that your life is headed is on the right course and trusting that. And it's whether you're believing in God having you there, whatever your God is, or trusting in the universal laws of attraction, or in yourself, whatever, whoever, trust it. Because with faith, there's no fear. Where faith exists, there's no fear. This is why I don't have fear to reach out and do the things that need to be done in order to move my life forward. It's been non-existent since the day I stepped into this blind industry. I took a blind leap of faith to step into this industry blindly. I don't mean it's a blind industry. I took a blind leap of faith to get into network marketing 11 years ago. And I said, dear Lord, if this is what you want me to do, direct me, and I will go and I will trust. And I have done that ever since. And he's put the right people in front of me, and he's never let me down, and he's put the right businesses in my path. And that's my journey. Trust the process, have faith in the process, and know that anytime you're headed in a direction where there's fear, it's because you've never been there before. That's the only reason. We only have fear on the future, not the past. You already know what happened. You already experienced it. It doesn't scare you to go do it again. You've already done it. Fear of having your first child, it's horrendous. It's like, oh my gosh, how's that watermelon going to get out of my body without killing me, right? Every mother thinks that. But on the third child, they're having their baby on their lunch hour and delivering it themselves. You know, it's kind of like that because they've done it again. Okay, family. To be present with family, to be connected, to be quiet, and to be connected and listen, and to spend time. Get off your phone when you're with your family and spend time. Get on the floor with your children. Get on the couch with your husband. Get on the table, not on the table. Get at the table with your father or whatever, with your grandparents. Go spend time with your grandparents. Listen to their stories. Learn about their childhood. Get on the floor with your kids and do what they would do. Get out there with your teenagers and go get your nails done, or go get a haircut together, or go take a walk, or go surfing or whatever. Be present with family. The older you get, the older people get, the less everything else matters. And the only thing that does matter for old people is health, love, and family. That's it. Health, love, and family. They want to be loved. They want to hear from family. I know this personally because I talk to my mother every single morning and my father every day. And let me tell you, if I don't call my mom by noon, she's calling me. You know, and she'll say to me sometimes, I haven't had a phone call since I talked to you yesterday. It sure is good to hear from you. And it breaks my heart, you know, but it's living proof. And I talk to people all the time who have relatives they haven't talked to in years. Whole other story. Fun. Okay, so here's your F's. Here was my F's at the beginning of 2019. Focus, fitness, food, finances, forgiveness, faith, family, and fun. Do I have fun or what? I have a lot of fun. I have done what is called built a yes life. A yes life is what I want you to strive to achieve. A yes life is when you get a phone call from a friend who says, hey, you want to go have coffee with me this morning, who you know is going through some hard times or something, and you get to go have a 2-hour coffee date. Do you guys want to come? We're going to Vegas. You want to come? We're going on a trip. You want to come? We're going to see so-and-so in concert. You want to come? We're going to go on this cruise. You want to come? We're going to go here. You want to come? You want to do this? You want to that? You want to get up? Hey, honey, I would love to go shopping today. Great. Blah, 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 whatever. Yes, 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 yes. To be able to build a yes life. So you don't have to ask a boss. You don't have to schedule it and figure it out and work it. And most importantly, you don't have to figure out where the money's going to come from to do it. This is what all of this does. So if you will focus on fitness, food, finances, forgiveness, family, faith, and fun. That was my focus for 2019, that I did it for the whole year. And the only way I was able to do it for the whole year is by going public with it. If I hadn't have gone public with it, I would have gave up and I would have quit a long time ago. But I want to talk to you about something that I really did that is all part of me narrowing down my life so that I can move my life faster. And let me tell you why. I have an 87, he always yells at me, 86-year-old father and an 84-year-old mother. I know that not every day is going to be happy. Not every day is going to be, yay, another day that my parents woke up and I get to live in this beautiful thing called life. I know it's inevitable that one day that phone call is going to come. And I know I need to know that I'm going to be ready for that day. Whether it's I need to care for my parents, I need to be there for them, I need to go whatever. I'm prepared my life for this. And the same with our life in our family. The reason why we focus so hard on these things is because we're building a life that is going to allow us to be able to be free. Bella graduates from high school soon, and we're gone. We're the travelers. We love traveling. When we retired in '08 from the salons and took that 1-year vacation and traveled the country, we absolutely fell in love with being free. We learned the definition of true freedom. Being able to go with no strings attached and no dates and agendas and move and travel the sun and go see this beautiful world. There's such a big world out there for us to see. That is true freedom. Being stuck in a business or a building behind a desk and working instead of living a whole life is not what we're born for. We are born for greatness, not to work. Nothing wrong with working. We all have to work. However, we don't have to work for 40 years. We can work for 4 or 10 years and create the money that allows us to be able to live. It's not about the denomination of the money, it's the type of money that we make. There's a big difference, you guys. We're all programmed and thought you need millions of dollars in the bank or hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank and 401ks and all this stuff in order to retire, and that's not the way it needs. It doesn't have to be that way. Once you learn residual income and multiple streams of income, you'll learn that 95% of people in the world live off of 1 or 2 streams of income. It's a paycheck or 2 paychecks, where wealthy people live off of multiple streams of income. Just think about it. How many paychecks do you personally generate and create that come into your bank account? It's 1 or 2, 3 if you're lucky. When you learn how to get money working for you and build multiple streams of income in industries and fields that allow you to get paid over and 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 over again for a one-time effort, now you're free, making money while you sleep so you can live while you're awake versus sleeping while you're asleep so you have to work while you're awake. Okay, there's a big difference. I started out the beginning of this year with this focus. Now, mind you, I've gone multiple years really narrowing down things. And this year, I made the biggest transitional shift that has been, for me, the best shift I ever did. And that was back in October. I had to finally narrow down what is the next thing I need to remove from my life that is going to provide me more clarity, more time, better function, more focus to be a better wife and a better parent and a better mentor and a better coach and a better trainer and a better daughter. And that was to quit drinking. I didn't have what you would call a drinking problem. However, drinking is a problem. My friend Brian Perez made a post on Facebook. He hasn't drank in, I don't know, 8 or 12 years. And he said, a mentor of mine once told me nothing good ever happens once you start drinking, or nothing good ever comes from drinking. And it just stuck with me, and I started paying attention to that. And I was like, you know what? I have a policy that when I drink, I don't work. I'll network, but I won't like sit on my computer or do anything that's work because I don't want to be out of my, not out of my mind, but in complete control. And so then what that would do is I would stay out late, come home, be a little foggy the next day on those days. And I'm like, you know what? This has to change. I don't really care if I drink or not. I can still go out and have fun. I need to just not drink. And so I had done the whole, I'm cutting back, I'm only going to drink on the weekends and all that. It doesn't work. I just needed to quit. I just needed to quit and tell everyone that I was done. And it was the best decision that I have ever made. Thank you, Brian Perez, for the inspiration. And you guys, if anyone out there is thinking about where can I get more time? Where can I get more clarity? Look at my skin. Oh my gosh, my skin looks so much better. So many things. Being able to jump out of bed and be clear and crystal, do it for yourself. If you've been thinking about it, you'll love it. So anyway, that was my biggest thing, and it's been amazing. I don't miss it at all. I can go to concerts and go to dinners and go to festivals and go hang out with everybody, and it's just the most amazing feeling to be there sober and come home clear and wake up in the morning. I just love it. Can you tell I'm excited about that? I want you to write this down. The best gift you can give yourself, and you can write it in the form of the best gift I can give myself, is a commitment to better your mindset and your communication skills. It's the best thing you can do for your child. It's the best thing you can do for your children, for your spouse, for your future spouse, for your relationship, for your customers, for your neighbors, for the people you come in contact with on a daily basis, is to learn how to be a good listener, a good communicator, a good connector, and to be able to learn words, how to listen so you're hearing, how to raise your mindset, how to get rid of the limited belief phrases that we use on our children. That is the best thing I can give you. Every relationship ends because of bad communication. A thriving marriage, a thriving relationship with your children, a thriving business is good communication, the ability to connect. You all know that I have a course called Master the Art of Human Connections. It's what I focus on a daily basis. What I have proven, looking back over life, every one of my successes were tied between two relationships. And that communication, that's where Master the Art of Human Connections came from. Master the art of human connections and you will attract an abundance of opportunity. All opportunities come through people. Referrals, all referrals come through people. Friends, all friends come through people. One introduces to another. And love comes through people. When you focus on mastering the art of human connections, you attract an abundance of all those things into your life. 4 years ago, I got started in send out cards, as you all know, and that completely changed my life. Knowing that the more cards I send, the more love I get, the more opportunities, the more doors open, the more friends, the more invites, the more everything that comes into my life that is positive comes from relationships. So I tied that in quickly. Send more cards, send more cards, send more cards. Well, sending more cards brought me to this year. And this year, I was really struggling with how do I send more cards? I had a friend that I met. Her name is Mitch. We connected and we hit it off. And she's analytical. She's a spreadsheet girl. She's everything that I'm not. She's a female Jim. And I said to Mitch one day, Mitch, can I hire you for a few hours to help me do some spreadsheet work? Because I didn't know spreadsheet and I had this big downline organization and I didn't know how to look at it and all this kind of stuff. And so fast forward to a few months, what hiring her did was what leverage does. You cannot create wealth with the works of your own two hands. Write that down. You cannot create wealth with the works of your own two hands. In order to create wealth, you need an army of hands working for you or with you. So me hiring Mitch was like adding two hands working for me. Now, I'm a former employee. I'm all about employees. I had 49 in my hair salon business. My first network marketing business, I had 42,000 people on my team. I know leverage. So that's what that was for me, was leverage. And Mitch worked magical miracles in my life, helping me to see things that I couldn't see. I didn't have that gift. She had that gift. It was a blessing to me. I have other friends that I have been wanting to help retire and quit their jobs that were stuck in fear to make the transition to becoming an entrepreneur. The world opens up. Things come your way if you just take the steps and move forward in the direction and you trust and you have faith in the process. Doors open. My best friend Elaine Williams that has been on my team for years calls me up one day and says, your dream just came true. My dream was that she would either get fired or lose her job one day so that I could teach her how to become an entrepreneur. That transition happened overnight, and that's where the whole virtual assistant movement came from. Now I'm retiring people, getting them out of their jobs. It's so rewarding. I did not know this was going to happen. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I want you to understand that when you move forward in the process and you trust in faith and you have faith that the process and the doors will open to you, the opportunities will come your way. These things gravitated towards me and happened because of the process, you guys. You will not be able to see what's ahead of you when you're headed down a path you've never been down before, right? And so that's where this has all come from. So now having all these virtual assistants working for me and with me and teaching them how to work for others and with others is creating a solution in a world of people like me. The ones that don't know how to do certain things and need more hands to help them grow their dreams and their visions. See, my dreams and visions are big, right? My dreams and visions are big. They're not small. And so having these VAs have completely freed up my time, giving me so much leverage and the ability to touch so many people. It's been amazing that I can't even begin to tell you how many doors are going to open in 2020 because of the ability to love bigger and wider and more abundantly and deeper by using my send out cards system and virtual assistants to be able to get in my Facebook to see what's happening in life. I can't sit on Facebook all day, but let me tell you what's happening everywhere. People are dying, people are getting pregnant, people are getting married, people are finding out they have cancer, people are depressed, people are committing suicide, people are falling in love, people are getting new homes, and we don't even know it because we're too busy working, right? We're too busy working that we're not able to keep in contact and connection with the world. But having these VAs in my life are able to touch these people and celebrate these people. And every day I get a report that says 3 more memorial cards sent. These people lost a relative. Reach out and tell them, you know, whatever. 2 more baby revealings. Did you know so-and-so's pregnant? Did you hear so-and-so got engaged? Staying in touch and celebrating people is where those deep heart-seated relationships come from. So that's all come from 2019. Okay, along my journey, I'm all about tools and services that allow me to create human connections. You've all heard me talk about cards, digital connection cards, through the company Shuffle and Elify. That's another one that came my way. I found a tool that allows me to push information to people and being able to teach other people how to use that tool so that I have hands-free business. It's another way that things just evolved. And I wouldn't have known that starting out 2019 if I hadn't have been focusing on my fitness, food, finances, forgiveness, faith, family, and fun on a daily basis. Now with each of these, what is it? It's another stream of income. It's another tool. It's another system. It's another way. It's no different than having a Netflix account, a Pandora account, an internet account package, all these packages that you have in your home. All right, VAs for leverage. Mitch, Elaine. I've got more too that I'm retiring, but I don't want to give their names up. When I started 2019, I did not know that I would be asked to co-author a book that is going to be for network marketing, to be able to shed light on the world of network marketing. That is called an opportunity. Master the art of human connections, and you attract an abundance of opportunities. That's an opportunity. Referrals. On a daily basis, I'm getting referrals to any one of my businesses, okay? Friends, the friends that are coming into our life, I cherish them. Anybody that is successful has a large network, whether you're a pastor of a church, you have a large network of followers. If you're a rock star singer or a magician, you have a network of fans, right? If you own a hair salon with 16,000 clients like I did, you have a network of customers. You have a network of friends, followers, fans, believers. There's all kinds of different types of people that are your network of people. But in order to be successful, you need a large network of relationships. They're all relationships in the end of the day. Okay, I'm turning my page. All right. Calendar mapping. We are all creatures of habit. We wake up the same way every day. We drive the same way to work. We brush our teeth at the same time. We put our shoes on the same way. We're creatures of habit. And if you don't map out your day is ran by habits. So when someone calls me and they're all, oh, I don't have any time. I 100% of the time, you don't keep a calendar, do you? I don't have time to keep a calendar. Well, you have the same 24 hours in a day as everybody else. So why is it that the most successful man in the world has all the time in his day? Why is it that he can golf all day while he's so uberly successful? Because he's gone through the transition of being the student to learning how to be the teacher and learning how to teach the students how to be teachers to teach the students how to be teachers. It doesn't mean he's in network marketing. You can be in any business whatsoever. You can be a hair salon. I got started by myself. I was a student. I worked for a boss long enough to learn how to become the boss. Quit working for the boss, became the boss myself, started training other people, training other hands to work for me, then training those hands how to go train other hands how to work for them. and then training those hands how to go train other hands how to work for them, till I had 49 sets of hands working for me that produced $3 million a year. That's the way a network and leverage works. I didn't understand residual income back then. That situation had no residual income, so it was only leverage. That's why it fell apart. Because once you get too old to show up and your customers die, or the lights don't get turned on, or they don't have money that day, there's no transactions to be created. And if you're listening to me and you realize that you're in that situation, that's why it's so important that you take this new decade and this year to start mapping out your exit plan, your backup plan, your in addition plan, because it's not going to get any more affordable for you to survive if you don't start finding a way to add more income into your life. Okay? Add more money into your life so that you can be ready for that day you want to retire, or the day that, God forbid, you break your legs, or you end up getting sick, or somebody in your family needs you. Be ready for those days. Get a calendar. So this is the type of calendar that I use. It's very basic. Okay? It's very basic. I've got stacks of calendars from my past. I've used every kind under the sun. I need basic. That's me. You know you, I know me. You do what works for you. This works for me. So get yourself a calendar. All successful people do 4 things. Write this down. If you start them and you don't quit them, you will become successful. But you must do all 4. Okay? They work together in harmony. The first one is start reading books or audiobooks or watching videos on personal development, not on fantasy or romance. Shut your TV off. Take that time and invest it into yourself for a small chapter of life, and you will completely reinvent the direction your life is heading. Take your time. If you're watching nonstop football and you're complaining that life is not where you want it to be, shut the TV off for 1 season. Here's one that'll get you. Commit to your dream. Commit to a plan like those people committed to get out on that field. You know what those people went through to get out on that field? They sacrificed so much time. They focused, they trained, they sweat, they bled, they were sore, they had to take ice baths, they practiced before school and after school, they stayed home, they didn't get to go on vacations, they didn't get to go out on the weekends. They were focused. You have to focus like them to get somewhere like they are. You'll be so rewarded when you stand out on the field. Your field, not their field. Okay. Read books, personal development. If you guys need a list to know of what kind of books to read, on my website, darlad.com, I have a personal development page that I had built for free. It's access to the public of all the personal development that I went through. The stuff that I went through to get me to where I am. Go dig into it. Start listening to podcasts. Get an Audible subscription. Do something every day. Start your day with it, and it'll raise your vibration and get you in that zone and get your energy focused forward. Next one is journaling. Start journaling. Journal your thoughts. Journal your day. Write things in the positive. Start writing down goals. Start writing down thoughts and visions, and writing down what you're proud of yourself that you did today. Write that stuff down. It's about your senses. Thinking it, reading it, speaking it, writing it. It speeds up the process. Calendar mapping. All successful people keep a calendar. I want you to stop and think about it. You make appointments with successful people. You make appointments for calls. You make appointments to do things. They know when they're going on vacation. It's already on their calendar. They know where they're going next month. They know it's down. Start keeping a calendar. And mentors. Get yourself a mentor. Get yourself a coach. Get yourself somebody that can hold you accountable, kick you out of the nest, be honest with you, give you guidance. It's the best investment that you can spend on yourself, for your children, for your future relationship, for your current relationship, for your customers, for your neighbors, and most importantly, yourself. Invest in a mentor. And the reason why you want to invest, you got to pay to show up. We all know I have a course. It's called Master the Art of Human Connections. It's 1 year long, and it's a mindset and a communication course for 1 year, hand-holding, teaching you things that everyone says, I wish I would have learned this when I was young. I'd still be married. I'd have a better marriage. I wish I would have known this before my kids were teenagers. I've heard it all. Okay? Invest in it. Now, I could give it to you for free and you wouldn't show up because you didn't pay to be there. It's like a membership at a gym. When you hire a trainer, you drag your butt out of bed to go to the trainer for $65 an hour that you have to pay because you paid the money. Where if the trainer said, hey, I'm here every day at the gym, just show up. I'll be here. I'll wait for you. It doesn't happen like that. Make sure you make an investment in yourself so you're showing up. All right, create balance in your life, you guys. I can't even tell you how important it is to have balance. You can't give up one and for the other. You can, however, for a chapter. If you need to give up something for a week, or you're going to go through surgery and you can't go to the gym for 6 weeks because the doctor said, or something like that, it's okay to go through those things for periods, but don't give them up permanently. Okay. Now, when you're calendar mapping, you have to block out the things that are important, like your job. You have to go to work, okay? That's a given. So you're going to block it out. And I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm just going to flip through some pages. So if you have something that you have that's important, block it out. You have to do it, right? But make sure that you're blocking out, like for me, I have my morning time. My morning time when my daughter's in school is for my daughter. I don't take appointments during that time. I didn't always have the freedom schedule, you guys. So don't say, oh, well, she's got all the time. I didn't always have the time. It was because I implemented these habits that brought me to having the time. Because what you focus on grows. So focus on things that you want to bring you results, and they will. So I had to get up a little earlier. Like my husband, he has to get up early to go to the gym. He can't go to the gym during the day like me. He has to get up and go before he goes to work. So I adjust my schedule because I want to go to the gym with my husband. You know how many people would love to be able to work out with their spouse? Don't sell yourself that you can't, because you can. You can create the life. You can change that. Get somebody to help you. Find somebody. I'll help you. Yes, I can help you do that. I help people do it all the time. When you're ready, it's in your time. What type of things do you need to be doing in your business to create monetary results? Is it showing the plan? Is it going out and cold calling? Is it networking? Whatever it is, you got to focus on those things that create the finance, So block them out. I'm going to give you a few tips on calendar mapping to make it, that made great success for me. I learned to not say yes to everything in the beginning. I couldn't. If somebody invited me to something or to do something or volunteer for something or come speak somewhere, if it didn't fit into my plan that I had set forth for that year, I had to say no. And that's hard for some of you. I had to say, no, I can't right now. However, check back with me next year or check back with me in 6 months. That does sound like something that I would like to be involved with in the future. However, right now it's not fitting into my plan. Give that reason to somebody so that they can respect you, number one, and two, understand why the answer is no. They will look up to you as a leader and be like, wow, that's really cool. She's focused on her plan. What's your plan? And they'll ask you, what's your plan? Learn to say no for just a little while so that you can say yes in the future. Keep notes on your phone. Like, let's say you have a block out of 2 hours, and I'm going to use send out cards because a lot of you are in send out cards. But if you have 2 hours blocked out for send out cards, you need to have sub-task lists in your phone. I have a to-do list with, as I'm thinking of things, because I think of things when I'm driving or I'm in the shower or whatever, I think of things. I put them on my to-do list. I have a card list that is super long. Now, what's beautiful is I get to, when I'm going through Facebook, I get to save a post, baby, pregnancy, dog loss, memory, blah. I get to save, and I get to call my VA, I get to call Elaine, and I just say, okay, Elaine, I saved 11 posts today, and now I know that Elaine knows how I like my cards made, and I know she's going to go in there and put all the pictures and send my cards, and then I get to go in there and I get to write my message. I love it. I'm writing my message, telling the person what it is that I want them to say. She put the pictures together. She's working for me to be another set of hands to help my dreams come true, okay? My dreams are, how many people can I touch with kindness and love and inspiration? I want to get from the head to the heart in as many people as I can, and let the world, let the universe and the world and God or whatever take it from there. I don't have any preconceived anythings from that. I just want to make sure that I'm touching people with a piece of myself in their heart. That's my real true hobby right there. I tell Jim all the time, I can't wait to be 85 years old and all I get to do is sit from my wheelchair in my chair and send cards all day long. It's going to be the funnest retirement of my life. I just love it. I can't wait. Okay, tasks lists on your notepad, so that I have a 15-minute task list and I have a project list, so that when I get a 15-minute window, I can flip right over to my list and knock something off. Now, if you're not doing that, let me tell you what happens. You get a 15-minute window and you go eat, or you go walk around, or you go scroll Facebook, because you can't think of something so little to do. Write it down, keep it on a calendar, map it out. Don't plan your day in the morning, plan it at night, before you go to bed. Before you go to bed, map your next day, not in the morning when you wake up, and let me tell you why. If you do it before you go to bed, you sleep on it, and you manifest, and you dream about it, and solutions come to your mind while you're sleeping. And you wake up, and some of the things that you wrote down that you needed to do are already done, because you already thought about it in your mind, and you already came up with the answer and the solution. Where if you wake up in the morning and you plan your day, now you're trying to catch up. Do that. Make that shift. I promise you. Work in threes. Don't overwhelm yourself. 3 things. Go to bed with 3 things on your calendar that you need to do the next day. You'll dream about it. They'll be less stressful the next morning. And you can add actually 3 more things during the day, because you got to jump on it while you were sleeping. 5-minute task list, 30-minute task. Okay. Call to action. In closing, get serious about 2020, you guys. I'm telling you, if you will get serious about 2020, look back over 2019. What did you not do? What did you say you were going to do? Out of everything that I just talked about, did it make sense to you that had you have done those things, you'd be so much further along? Where I was to 2019 to where I am today at the end of 2019 was because I focused on those F's in balance, and I didn't let go of them. I had days off, got right back on, kept getting up, was public about them, so that I stuck to it and kept my course and kept going and started eliminating and eliminating and eliminating. And you know, this year, 2020, my next elimination is not coffee, sugar. That's my next elimination. I've already told my family in 2020, I will never step into another ice cream or frozen yogurt shop ever again. They're done. That's a big deal for us. All right, get focused. Remember what the best gift is that you can give yourself. The best gift you can give yourself, your children, your spouse, your relationship, every job. Is there stress and anxiety over something that you're dealing with because you don't know how to bring it up? Learn how to communicate. Learn how to connect. Invest in yourself. I promise you it will make the biggest difference in the whole dynamic of your life. Stop blaming, justifying, and denying, and start taking ownership to who you are, where you are, what you do, how you do it, and therefore then it can change. And start facing things. It's liberating. You will feel amazing. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. And if you have any questions, feel free to text me or message me. And I am so excited for 2020, you guys. It's going to be an amazing year. Let's do this. Bye.